I was planning on using a memo I wrote to one of the judge's clerks at internship last summer. My writing staff, my school clerkship office suggested it would be frowned upon by judges. Is that true? Maybe, but at the same time, if I don't know if you're writing for a judge, if it's just about some sort of legal issue and so forth, it's not going to be frowned upon. You can just put the contents of a memo I did last summer. It doesn't have to be to the judge or whoever. I don't think that's going to be frowned upon by judges. But again, only use this memo. You can see all these kind of problems here. Problems with not providing the writing sample. There's your writing sample. If you provide one you wrote to the clerks, seeing your reason why that wouldn't be permissible, you're just analyzing the law. And I don't see anything wrong with that. And you're probably not divulging confidential information because the information is already in front of the court in terms of memos and briefs and stuff. I wouldn't worry too much about that at all. I am applying to regional firms. After 2 years, I had a few writing opportunities, junior associate, and came out of it without a writing sample. My current writing sample options internship I wrote 3 year or from a law review article I published during my first year in my law school. Wearing advice. If it was me, I would probably just, and again, this is not necessarily the coolest thing, but if you did publish a law firm, a law review article during your first year, I think that's great. I would just turn that in. And then if they say, oh no, we want this, I would turn in, you've got to have a memo or something to do or something clerkship. You may have written, I'm sure you wrote opinions when you clerked that probably didn't get marked up very much by the judge or anything that you can turn in. But I think you'll be okay. Especially if you're applying to regional firms, I think that most of them aren't going to be that interesting. And I like your honesty here. If you tell this to the law firm, just ask them what I should do and tell them what you have. Don't be a pain in the ass about it, but just be nice about it. They're going to respect you for being honest and forthright and so forth with them. But I would turn in the law review article you published your first year was what I would probably do. I think that's very impressive. It's not ideal. I probably wouldn't do a memo from your internship because you have so much more experience and you're probably wouldn't want to anyway because you're like a 10 times better writer now after all this experience. That's what I would do. And if you have, I'm sure you must have written some memos or something in 2 years. I would see if you had something along those lines that you could do would be how I would approach that. This last question is a great question. I like it, but I would look to make sure you have something. You have to have something, or you can be honest with them. But I would look for you because you had to have done some writing in 3 years, including a clerkship. And I'm sure you've got opinions and all sorts of things that you may still have, including maybe published opinions. You may publish opinions or law review articles. I would look into that.